Alrighty, sorry I don't have a face cam or any sort of gameplay. I just wanted to talk on a topic that has been becoming a lot more prevalent today and not do anything else. Maybe I'll find something to put up so you guys don't have to stare at a blank screen, but anyway. So I'm wanting to talk about struggling in life and provide my thoughts and experience on it while giving some advice that will hopefully help any of you watching. I'm not really organizing this, so it might be all over the place, just going off the cuff, and we'll see what happens. But struggling and depression is something that happens to all of us, or at least anyone that's real. That's not supposed to be a shot at AI, but anyway. Some are born to a wealthy family and just have everything gifted to them, and life is easy for them, but most don't have that luxury. We all go through it though in some sort of flavor, whether it be financially struggling, being depressed over our worth, our value, purpose, and so many other possibilities. Losing loved ones, self-doubt, hardships, a world that is increasingly becoming more and more difficult to have hope in. Despite all of this though and how much it sucks, it's okay. It's okay to feel this way. Some might say to just suck it up or be a man, stop being such a wussy, but none of that is necessary. You're not happy right now, that's okay. Let's work on it. I sometimes would see others in a terrible position and someone else would say something along the lines of, I'm never complaining about my life ever again. And I don't want to say to not think that way, but it's okay to see others doing worse than you and still be unhappy with your life. The people at the bottom who really have it rough would not say to just get over it. They wouldn't tell you to be happy with what you have. They would acknowledge that you are struggling and feeling down and want to help you. They know how it is to feel depressed and wouldn't wish it upon anyone else. Digging into my life now, I started to become depressed about 8 years ago. I had recently entered high school and I started to question myself and despise myself. Felt like I was a loser. What is my purpose? What am I worth? What value do I bring to this world? I felt like I had no talent and no skill, that I couldn't get good at anything, and I was born with issues like tremors, social anxiety, poor vision, needing glasses, and I started to develop seizures in my sleep. The seizures are gone now, by the way, so don't worry about that. When you're at the low point in your life though, it's easy to focus on the flaws about yourself. It's easy to see what's wrong with you and what needs improving. After all, no one knows yourself better than you, so you know everything that's wrong with you. But you don't quite know what the strengths are because you never focus on them. They never stand out to you because the flaws are what stand out the most. That's the thing though, you know what you think of yourself, but you don't know what others think of you. Unless you actually truthfully do. Don't lie and say something that's never been said about you. But others tend to see and focus on the strengths of other people. You do it too. You see all these celebrities, YouTubers, role models, inventors, and so on, these talented people, and you see what the strong points are without knowing their flaws. If you're like me, where you're more of an introvert or just socially awkward, you might have never heard what others see in you, leading you to not know what your strengths are. Back to me though, I believe my lowest point was about 2 years ago when I was still in college, and I started to really question my future, having no confidence in myself and not knowing what to actually do for a living, getting a degree I didn't really care for or have interest in. The future is uncertain for me, and it still is, but I feel better today. Not exactly happy still, life still is a struggle, but I don't quite feel so bad about myself or constantly feel in pain and despair. So what happened in those 8 years to help myself? Did I talk to anyone? Did someone cheer me up? Did life suddenly sort itself out? No, none of that happened. The answer was that I had to help myself out. I've actually gone to therapy before. It didn't help. Almost made things worse, to be honest. Don't recommend against therapy because there are some good therapists out there, but there are some bad ones too, so just be cautious with that. Anyway though, I helped myself out. How so? Well, I had to change my mindset. I know that sounds silly or stupid. When you're at your low point, when you're down in the dumps, you don't really want to hear anything from anyone else that's positive. You only want to hear validation that, yeah, you suck, you're a loser, you're worthless. You don't want to hear any of that, oh, I believe in you or I value you stuff. That's cool, but I still feel worthless. The part that people tend to forget is that you're not wanting to feel worthy for others, wanting to feel worthy for yourself. It's a tough problem to solve. Some might think that all they need is a hug or to hear that they're valuable, and that ain't going to do anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, a hug from a big titty goth mommy would still be nice, but that ain't the help I need. My advice may not help you because you're probably not going to listen if you're at your low point. It's tough to work up the willpower to do anything in that state. All you want to do is just be to yourself, be isolated, and not do much of anything. Maybe a stress eat. Words don't mean much to you at the moment, and that's okay. How I managed to make it through these 8 years was very rough, but I managed and I'm still going. Every day just hating myself, not wanting to exist, not exactly wanting to go bye-bye, but wouldn't care if that happened. I kept going though. What kept me going was, and it sounds silly, but hope. I don't blame you if you hate that word because hope can be frustrating at times, especially when it doesn't go away. You tend to worry that it's just a false hope that will lead to nothing and misguide you or trick you. But I've held out hope that one day things will be better. I also had the mindset shift of it's okay to be a loser. Now that doesn't mean that I embrace it and mope around all day about it. Instead, I think, yeah, I'm a loser and that's okay. So what? I'm going to work on it. It's almost like being comfortable with being a loser, but still trying my best to improve and find the joys in life. I remember being pretty lonely, which was tough because all I ever had to vent my frustrations to with is myself. But myself also understands the best and is the best candidate to help myself out. It's funny, there was almost like two people within me, one side hating on me and going, wow, what a loser, and the other side was saying, it's alright man, it happens, there's always tomorrow, we'll continue working on it. That's a key point, by the way. There's always tomorrow. Despite what the world tries to do, it's not ending tomorrow, it's not ending next week. If you're like me and you're in your 20s or teens, you still got another 50 or 60 years on this planet. Let's try to make the best of it. There is so much time for life to get better for you. I know the world makes it hard to have hope in these days. A lot of poor stuff going on, layoffs, AI, general bad news, just so much. When we struggle, it's almost like we seek out bad news. I personally got tired of it. I hate the news network and I never watch any of it because all it ever does is make me upset when I'm not really lacking on that emotion. It's part of why I want to make my channel a more positive place, not covering drama or anything negative. Does it happen here and there? Yeah, because I'm a gamer. There's sometimes bad news that happens to a game and I want to talk about it because I care and want it to get better. Oh, another thing that has helped me, and again it sounds silly, but doing YouTube has genuinely made me feel a little bit better. I remember wanting to do it years ago, but shying away because, I'll suck at it, I won't get anywhere with it. But I've tripped over my words. Yep, that's another flaw of me. But I eventually gave it a shot, and despite almost giving up 2 or 3 times, I've come to really enjoy it, and it actually gives me something to look forward to daily. Providing some sort of joy to others, even if it's just a few people, has been really fun. So what's the TLDR of all this? Because I know I went all over the place and rambled on a lot. It's okay to be depressed. You need to work on it yourself. Try finding a different state of mind that you can be more at peace with. You also need to start taking some action in your life. Lying around all day and moping just is not going to get you anywhere. Also, just having a little bit of hope will help. There's a lot of time left. Keep pushing yourself towards the next day. If there are people that have it worse than you and they keep on going, then you can too. It really sucks to think about it, knowing that there are people that have it worse than me. I mean, I hate it. I feel like I should have it the worst, but nah, it's someone else. Also, be nice to others. There's a lot of negativity going on, a lot of despair happening. Let's not contribute to it. I'm sorry if none of what I said will help. It's tough to find a solution to your struggles, but the one that could potentially help yourself the most is you. That's where it starts. It's all on you to step up and take some action with your life, to work on finding the solution, to work on finding your happiness. You know yourself the best. Focus less on the flaws and instead focus more on what you can do without lying to yourself. Even successful people have struggled before, but they found out the solution eventually. You might say, oh, it's because they're talented, and yes, talent is part of it, but they worked hard as well. Talent and hard work can go so far, man, let me tell you. The solution isn't always easy, and it's not always right in front of you. Sometimes you just gotta mess around and explore. Try out new things. I didn't know I'd enjoy doing YouTube until I tried it. I just hope that you'll push through the hard times and eventually something will pop up for you. Maybe when I'm truly happy someday, I'll make an updated video on this topic. But for now, thanks for coming to my TED Talk.